Hello students, I am here with another video from the chapter The Human Eye and the Colorful World from class 10th NCERT book. Now before starting today's video, I would like to tell you all that what all things we have discussed in this chapter. Till now we have seen the structure of human eye, where I discussed about the different parts which an eye consists of, and especially we have discussed about the eyes which are present in the human beings. And then after that we discussed about how is the image being formed on retina because of the refraction of the light rays which are entering in our eyes. And after that we saw that there are various defects of eye where the parts of human eye is being affected, and it is going to affect the way of vision. There were the long sightedness, the short sightedness, the astigmatism, and then we also discussed about some more vision defects that were the presbyopia and the cataract, where I have also discussed how to correct these defects of eye vision. Then in the last class I discussed about the atmospheric refraction, and then before discussing that atmospheric refraction, I also discussed about the prism, the refraction through prism, and there we saw various new terms like the deviation, angle of deviation, angle of emergence, emergent ray, and many other things. Okay, and then lastly I discussed about the atmospheric refraction, where I have discussed only one case, that was the apparent position of the stars and how this atmospheric refraction being caused, as it is being caused because of the difference in the optical densities of the different layers of atmosphere. And as we can see that each and every layer is having different densities, due to which the light ray which is traveling from the sky, means which is traveling from the stars, they are going to come and they are going to refract from each and every layer of the atmosphere, due to which sometimes the light is going to touch, means it is going to bend towards the normal, okay, and sometimes it is going to bend away from the normal. Okay, so both of these are the cases where the light rays are going to enter through the atmosphere. And atmosphere is what? It is the layer of gases, and due to which the density has changed, and then because of which in this means the picture which you can see here at the background is also telling you about the apparent position of the stars, and as compared to the original position of the stars. As we are standing here on the earth, so what happens? The refractive index is going to increase, due to which the light which is coming from the stars becomes different, and at different position we can see the apparent position of the star is something different from the original position of the star. Now today I will also discuss about some more natural phenomena where these refraction could be seen. So then scattering of, as there was scattering of light, dispersion of light was there. Similarly, atmospheric refraction may cause different other phenomena also. Like I'll come on to the first slide of today's video, that is the advanced sunrise and the delayed sunset. Sunset is the first case, means this one will be the second case which is caused because of the atmospheric refraction. Now what happens here? Here, as you could see in the diagram, the sun is visible to us about 2 minutes before sunrise and about 2 minutes after the sunset. It is due to the atmospheric refraction. Now let us understand how is this atmospheric refraction being caused. So as you could see here, the earth is present in earth is there, and an observer might be present somewhere at the surface, and above it we can see the atmosphere is present. Okay, now what happens to this what happens as such, and because of which we can see the delayed sunset and the advanced sunrise. The apparent flattening of the sun's disk at the sunrise and the sunset also is due to the atmospheric refraction. Okay, so there are two things which are discussed here in this in this case, where you could see that at the sunset the horizon is somewhere here, okay, and we could see that the earth's surface is flat. The earth's surface is flat, due to which it happens, because of which we can see the sun in advance as well as the sun in the delayed form. After the sunset also we can see this reddish color of the sky, okay. So this is again due to the atmospheric refraction. Fine. Now as we are looking from the horizon, it becomes flattened as the shape of the earth is at the horizon is flattened. That is why we could see here that the sun's position is different at the two times, when the sunrise is happening and when the sunset is happening, okay. Now some more things are there, that you could see the apparent position of the sun is different at different times. Fine. Now here the apparent position of the sun is different at different times, as in the apparent position the sunrise and the sunset, both of the cases here, what is happening, the sun is above, somewhere above the position, but we could see the sun is below this horizon. It is just because that the earth's surface is flattened at the horizon level, okay. Now we move on to the next next thing which we need to discuss is why the color of the clear sky is blue. Why the sky is blue in color. So the blue color of the sky is due to, again it is due to the atmospheric refraction. Now what happens because of which the sky looks blue? So it appears blue, okay, and we are talking about the clear sky. And yes, before discussing this part, I'll just go back to the slide and I'll just discuss this, that why this apparent position is there, and apparent position of the sun is different at different times, okay. Now because of the atmospheric refraction, what happens when the sun is slightly below horizon, so the light has to move through the different layers of it is having the varying refractive index, okay. So I'm just talking about this atmosphere, and we are just below this atmosphere, due to which what happens, the refractive index is there, and it is different for different layers, okay. And now the light is going to either bend towards the normal, or it should bend away from the normal. As it is moving, it is bending below the normal or away from the normal. What happens, the sun has to move from its original position, okay. It is very similar to the things which we discussed in the position of the stars, where the stars were having the original position was somewhere else, but the apparent position was somewhere else. Why it was happening? It was just because the layers of atmosphere is present, due to which what happens, the atmosphere's refractive index is different, due to which the apparent position of the sun and even the stars were different, okay. So the similar concept is placed here also. That is why what happens, sun is visible to us when it has been actually below the horizon. As you could see here, it is below which is below the horizon, and then we can see that the sun is at the time of sunset also, it is above the horizon. Why this is happening? It is just because of the atmospheric refraction, as the refractive index is changed, okay. Refractive index of each of the layer of the atmosphere is different. That is why we could see the different position of the sun at the sunset and the sunrise. That is why we could say that there is advanced sunrise and delayed sunset. After the sunset also we could see the reflection of the sun for some time in the sky. Fine. Now I go on to the next slide, which we were discussing earlier, that why the color of the sky is blue in its nature. So why this is blue in its nature, as we have always seen, and we always denote the color of the sky is always blue in color. Now why this is happening, that the blue color of the sky is so present? When the light is passing through the earth's atmosphere, it has to it scatters in all the direction. Okay, now what happens, the light rays, when it is passing from the atmosphere, it scatters, and you know that scattering could happen in any direction. So because of the scattering of light, the gases and the other fine particles also are present in the atmosphere, due to which it is going to scatter. Means along with the light, the dust particles, okay, the dust particles as well as the other things which are present in the atmosphere also scatters. Now why blue color? Okay, now here the scattering is happening. The blue color has a shorter wavelength than the red color. Okay, so what happens, according to Rayleigh scattering law, the blue color of the sunlight is scattered more strongly. Now we are comparing the blue color with the red color, as the blue color is having a shorter wavelength, due to which this blue color is going to scatter more. Okay, because of the shorter wavelength. This shorter wavelength is there, of whom it is having, means this blue color is having. This blue color is having the shorter wavelength, due to which this is going to be affected, and what happens, this scatters more and as compared to the red color. So what happens, according to this scattering, the blue color is scattered strongly and by the large number of fine particles, and having the smaller than the wavelength of the visible light on the Earth's atmosphere. Now the scattered blue light enters in our eyes, and hence the sky appears blue. I mean, it appears blue in color. Okay, now and we will see whenever we are seeing at the sky, and we always say that the color of the things is coming because of the reflected light rays which are coming from that color. Okay, which is forming that color. Suppose that why rose appears to be red, why the marigold is always yellow or orange in its color. It's because that all the colors are being absorbed, and the color which is being reflected shows the color of the object. Okay, why sky is blue? Because all other objects, all the light rays are being absorbed, only the blue color is being dispersed, blue color is being scattered. Now why only blue color is scattered? Because blue color is having the shortest wavelength, it is having the shorter wavelength as compared to the red. So what happens, because of which the blue color is going to scatter more, and it is going to appear blue as the blue light is entering in our eyes. Okay, so the fine particles in the Earth's atmosphere have a smaller size than the wavelength of the visible light. Now then they scatter blue light which has a shorter wavelength as compared to the red. Please remember this concept, that blue has a shorter wavelength as compared to the red color. Okay, now it has a longer wavelength. And according to the law, whenever the sunlight is passing through the atmosphere, okay, because the sunlight has to cross the atmosphere. Why? Because Earth is here and atmosphere is here. Whenever the light has to enter, and sun is here. Now once the sunlight is entering in the atmosphere, it has to enter by crossing it. Okay, now when the sunlight is passing through the atmosphere, here the fine particles are present. So here fine dust particles and other different particles are present in the atmosphere, which helps the light to scatter more. And which light is going to scatter more? Blue colored light is going to scatter more. Why? Because it is having the shorter wavelength, and that is why this blue light enters in our eyes, and then it appears blue in color. Now if Earth has no atmosphere, then what would have been the color of the sky? Yes, you are correct that the color of the sky would appear black in its nature. Why? Because there will be no atmosphere and there will be no scattering of light, hence there will be no blue color in the sky. Only black color would appear, as all the light rays might be absorbed. Okay, so if you ask, for example, if you ask an astronaut what is the color of the sky, the person will say it is black in color. It is not blue. It is going to look like blue in color. It's because of which the scattering is happening, and due to the scattering, all the blue color light has to scatter, and that light, the scattered light, means the blue light is entering in our eyes, and due to which it appears blue in color. Okay, any other color would have scattered, then it would have been look like any other color, but we are talking about only blue color. Why? Because it is so that blue color is having the shorter wavelength, as compared to the red one. So it only scatters the shorter wavelength light, that is blue color, and that is why that light is going to enter in our, that particular color is entering in our eyes, and due to which we say that sky is always blue in color. And remember, if there is no atmosphere, the sky would have appeared dark. Okay, so this was about the why the color of the sky, the clear sky, is always blue. Now we move on to the next slide, which is again showing you this blue color of the sky. This is again the diagrammatic representation of the same concept here, that the blue color of the sky is due to the Rayleigh scattering. As we are moving through the atmosphere, it is going to be the longer, it shows you the longer wavelength. As you could see here, it shows you the longer wavelength. The light moves through the atmosphere, most of the longer wavelength light is going to pass through in the straight, but little of the red and orange and yellow color light is being affected. Okay, so what happens, however, much shorter wavelength light is absorbed by the molecules. As I'm talking, that blue color light is always being scattered and all other wavelength is going to be absorbed. Okay, and it gets scattered all around the sky. Once the direction, in whichever direction we look, this scattering of blue light reaches to us. This is also again an important point, that this blue light which is being scattered is always reaching us from any direction where we look. Okay, as it is not there that if you are looking from somewhere here, from your school, then the sky is appearing blue in color, and if you go home and if you look at the sky, it appears red in color, and if you go to your grandparents house, it is going to appear orange in color. It's not like that. It's just because that clear sky is always blue in color, because this blue light is going to scatter all around. Okay, and because of which it always looks blue in its color. Now while the light is moving from the atmosphere, the scattering of blue light is happening, and as we move closer to the horizon, then the sky looks much paler in color, means the blue color is going to be fainted. Now whenever the scattering is happening in all the direction, lesser blue light has to reach, it is going to reach in our sky, and at the point of your horizon we can see that the sky is not so much blue, it is light blue in color. But if we talk about the color of the sky, we always say that it is blue in color. It is because of the scattering of the light from the atmosphere. Okay, so this was again an example of atmospheric refraction, where we could see that the sky is blue in color. Okay, now next we move on to the next slide, and the next phenomenon, which is telling you about the sunrise and sunset of the sunrise and sunset. The color of the sunrise and sunset means it is the color of the sun during these two natural phenomena. Now what is the color of the sun at sunrise and sunset? Okay, and if we are talking about the color, we can say that this red color is seen at both the times. Okay, whenever we are talking about the color of the sunrise and sunset, we can say very easily, very quickly, we could say that the color of the sunrise and sunset is always reddish in its nature. Okay, now why this is reddish in its nature? Okay, here the same reason is also given. In short, you can say that it is just because of the atmospheric refraction. Now what about when you have to explain this? So I must just tell you the reason behind the appearance of the reddish color of the sky, of the sun, not the sky, of the sun at the time of sunrise and sunset. So at sunrise and at sunset, the sun is near the horizon, and the light from the sun travels through the thicker layers of the atmosphere and longer distance through the atmosphere. Okay, now if we go on to the detail of this topic, reason, we could say that at the time of sunrise, the sun is near horizon. We have seen this, okay, as we have talked just before process, where I told that why the sun looks at different position from the horizon. Okay, from the earth's surface. Now if we talk about the sunrise, then what happens at sunrise and sunset? The sun is near to the horizon. Why? because it is going to sunrise and it is going to set. Okay, so the light from the sun has to travel through a thicker layer of the atmosphere. As we can say that the horizon is having the atmosphere, and that is the place where we say that the sky and the earth meet, they appear to meet. Okay, it is the horizon is a place where we say that the sky and the sun appears to meet, which we know, which we say as Kshitij in Hindi. Okay, so where is that? It is the place where it appears that the sun the sky and the earth is meeting. Okay, so here what happens, the atmosphere is present at its thicker level, means much more gases are present, and it is having the higher density. Now what happens, near horizon, most of the blue light of the shorter wavelength has scattered away by the particles of air. ठीक है, अब now what happens, the sky has as I told you that the sky looks up blue in color. Why? Because blue light was scattering. Similarly here also, when the sunset is happening, then the blue light is almost scattered all around. What we are left with is only the red light. Okay, so this red light has a longer wavelength, and which appears that it is going to reach to our eyes, means we are only left with the red color, and all the blue color has been scattered. Fine, so we are only left with red color, because of which the sun looks reddish in nature when the sunrise and sunset is happening. Okay, so longer wavelength of the light is going to reach in our eyes, and it appears in the same color, that is in red color. Okay, now only red color is left, that is why it is least scattered, and it is going to reach in our eyes as the sun is going to appear reddish early in the morning, and it is going to appear reddish at the sunset also. So okay, so this phenomenon would have been observed on the moon due to the absence of the atmosphere its surface, due to which sunlight do not scatter. Therefore sun does not appears reddish the sun does not appear red early in the morning. Okay, so this was the reason because of which the color of the sun is always red in its nature at the time of sunrise and sunset. Okay, so at both the cases, at both the times, it is going to appear red, because of all the blue color has been scattered. We are only left with the red color with a longer wavelength, due to which it is going to reach in our eyes and we can see the red color. Okay, now we move on to the next slide, that is going to tell you the next phenomenon. See, this we have already discussed. Sun looks reddish in color at the time of sunrise and sunset. Okay, so here at sunrise or sunset, however, when the sun is low on its horizon, the light rays must pass through more of the atmosphere. Why? Because the layer is much more thicker and it is having the higher optical density. Okay, so therefore bouncing off more of the molecules than other times of the day. This means that more and more blue light has got scattered away before the light reaches us. So that is where we are only left with the red color of the longer wavelength, due to which it appears red in color. The sun appears reddish in color. Okay, so here also at the other colors like red, orange, yellow can therefore continue to pass through the atmosphere. When it is moving, it remains unaffected, due to which it appears beautifully red in color at the end of the day. Okay, so it appears reddish in color. Fine. So this appears reddish in color. Okay, and the main reason behind again this was the atmospheric refraction. Okay, And why this was happening? It was again happening because of the sun rays has to cross the horizon, which is having the thick layer of atmosphere, and it was the atmosphere which is with the different densities allowed all the blue light to scatter, and we are only left with a longer wavelength now, which is red in color, and that is why this red color is going to enter in our eyes more frequently at the time of sunrise and sunset. Okay, so this was about why reddish color in sunrise. So this is again our next slide, which is telling you about the about again one more phenomenon of atmospheric refraction, the white color of the clouds. Now what happens when the light beam interacts with the particles which are suspended in the air? Suspended means they are moving here and there in the air, just like that. Okay, so when the dust particles are suspended, what happens when this light is going to enter and it is going to interact with the suspended air particles? Now some of the energy is scattered. Why? Because particles are also present, and these particles are going to interact with them, and then it is going to lose, the light is going to lose some energy. Okay, which means that light beam changes its direction. And yes, if once the collision is happening or it is losing energy, it means that light ray is going to change its direction. Yes, and usually the color also is going to change, because light consists of different colors, so its color also is going to change. Now the amount of light scattered is a function of size of the particles, which is related to the wavelength. Means it is going to decide the movement of the light rays from its path is going to decide the wavelength of the color falling on it. Okay, now whatever the wavelength would be there, according to the wavelength the light is going to travel, light is going to scatter according to it. Now when the light is going to scatter in all the direction, the cloud particles are large enough to scatter any color of the light. Okay, now whatever light is falling on the clouds, on the cloud particles, as cloud is made up of particles, dust particles are there, water vapor is there, so many other particles are present inside the clouds. Now these clouds are sufficient enough to scatter any of the color, any color they could scatter, whether it is blue, whether it is red, whether it is orange. So it could scatter any color. Okay, now if we talk about any color, now what happens, what we are left with is only the whitish. When it is going to scatter, when it is going to disperse all the colors, it means we are left only with the white colored. So the clouds are going to appear white in color. Remember, I'm talking about clouds, I'm not talking about the sky. The sky always looks blue because the blue light scatters. Cloud always looks white. Why? Because all the colors of the light is going to scatter, just because of the particles which are present in the clouds. They are capable of scattering each and every color of the light which is falling on it. So if all the colors are being scattered, we are left with no color. It means it is white. It is white in its nature. Okay, so all the colors are being scattered, we are only left with the whitish color, and because of which all the light is going to cloud is going to look white in color, just because of this particular reason, because of which this light is going to scatter in all the direction, as you could see here in this diagram. And if all the colors are being scattered, we are only left with the white color. Okay, so we also talked that whenever the light is falling, we need to if we are wearing white colored clothes, then all the light is going to be reflected in all the direction, and we are not going to get warm up. Then what about when we are wearing dark colored clothes? When we are wearing dark colored things, then all the light is going to be absorbed in that color. So I just wanted to tell you this, because we are talking about that why the white color is there, and if white color is there, means all the light which is being falling on it is always being dispersed in all the direction. It is always being scattered in all the directions, and we are left with no color. If no color is there, it means it is equal to white. Okay, now I just now tell that why this portion is looking blue in color, why this is light pink, sorry, this is blue in color, why my marker is looking pink in color. This is all about that whatever light is being reflected is only seen by your eyes. Okay, it is not, we are not talking about those colors which are being reflected, which are being absorbed, I mean which are being absorbed. So nothing is being absorbed, it means all the things are being reflected, and if all the things are being scattered means that we are left with no color, and we can only see the sky in white color. Okay, so with this your this chapter is also complete, and we have talked about many natural phenomena which are related with the atmospheric refraction. Okay, so with this your human eye and the colorful world is also complete. Now we will start with a new lesson in the next class. Okay, so children, today we have studied about the natural things, natural phenomenon where we could see the atmospheric refraction, as about we talked about the delayed earlier sunrise and the delayed sunset, and why the color of the sky is blue in its nature, why sky appears reddish in color when the sunrise and sunset is happening. And also we talked about at the last this white color of the clouds, why this white color of the clouds are being seen. It is just because that all the light is being scattered in all the directions, and we could see that only we are left with white colored light. Okay, so this was about the things which were to be covered in this lesson, and I hope that you all must have understood, and I think you all should complete the exercises part of this chapter in your physics copy, so that it would be a practice for you all. And please draw all the ray diagrams which are present in this topic, and the most important one is the prism part, where you could we can see the questions which would come in the examination. Because of the practical point of view also, it's very important. And if the situations will allow, we'll again meet in the school and we'll go in the lab to perform the same experiment which is being given here in the form of prism, and how is the refraction being caused in the prism, and then we will be able to see the things practically, and I hope that you will again understand all these things very easily. Okay, so it will be a revision for you all whenever we are doing or performing the experiment. So I hope this chapter is being all the things would be clear to you all, and please solve the exercises part, and then let me know if there is any doubt. You can ask me in your online class. Fine, so children, that's all for today's video. I will meet you all in the next video with the next topics to be discussed on the next lesson. So children, thank you so much for watching this video.